Hey, good afternoon, Ryan. Travis here, your friend at Landmark of Atlanta. I'm standing in front of the Grand Cherokee that we test drove, and it's an awesome Grand Cherokee. I'd like to try to touch on some of the features that we didn't cover whenever you were here last time. Forgive me if I'm redundant and I do cover any of the features that we did already look at. So let's get started. Here, I'm standing here in front of this beautiful Grand Cherokee, and I have the keys here in my hand. I want you to see what happens when the doors are locked and I press this button twice. It'll honk a couple times, and that's your remote start. This is a benefit because if the weather is less than 40 degrees outside and you start the car, the heated seats and heater will automatically turn on to start heating up the car for you, and vice versa during the summer when it's really hot. If you want to turn it off from the remote, you can. Well, let me show you another feature as well. This is the only key. We have two keys, but the other one is way inside in that building on the second floor, probably about 200 yards away. So that one has no effect on what's happening here. I want you to see the door is locked. You can see the door there is locked, and the key, how can I do this? Let's see. Well, that's not working. There we go. Key is in my hand. The door is still locked, but because I'm nearby, it picks up the sensor and knows to unlock the door. This can be a benefit if you have your hands full of groceries, or even a better benefit is if you, let's see here, you lock the keys inside the car, you can come back and unlock and open the door. Pretty cool. So I'm gonna put my keys in my pocket now. It does have memory seats, so if you and your wife will be driving, you can set the seat so that one person can have it set in one way with the steering wheel as well, which will move electrically for you. And the other person could have their seats set as well. So I'm gonna turn on this awesome Grand Cherokee. And I'm sure you remember you have your lifter and your lower for the entire Grand Cherokee. It's 4-wheel drive, so you can change the type of terrain that you're going over, so it'll be able to focus and help you travel most efficiently. You have a universal garage door opener right here with your sunroof. And the press of this button will allow for the shade to go all the way back. Here we go. You have your self-park. You have your parking sense that you can turn off. That calls for it to beep when you're about to back into an object. It also has a braking system that will slam the brakes for you if you're about to hit an object behind you and in front of you as well. Here's your lane departure warning. You can turn this off so it doesn't warn you whenever you're about to come out of your lane. And let's see here if we can find the settings. I remember we moved the settings button from here last time when we edited the screen. Let's see. So we can go to settings, driving and safety and driving assistance. Here's your forward collision warning. This is your warning plus active braking, so it will slam on the brakes when you're about to hit an object in front of you, but you can deactivate this as well. You can modify the collision sensitivity, the lane sense warning, so it's early, medium, or late, depending on how sensitive you want it. The strength and how hard it pulls you back into the lane. Oh, this is really cool. I mean, it sucks that there's a wind advisory, but hey, since there is one, let's see what happens. It warns you there's a wind advisory, the start date and time, end date and time. You can click show map, and it shows you where the warning is and where it's most dense, I guess the word would be. Zoom in. It'll cover the storms, the fronts, the radar. Pretty much you have a weather channel right here in your Grand Cherokee. Really, really cool. But since it interrupted me, let's come back to here to your driving and safety assistance. You have your blind spot alert where you'll have the triangle lights on the mirrors. Let's see if I can get to it. The triangle light that will turn amber orange whenever there's someone in your blind spot, but also you can allow for it to chime, which is a beeping noise whenever that does happen. You have your climate control here that you can set to auto so that it will automatically adjust to where you prefer it to be your favorite and automatically modify the temperature in the car to that preference. Sync will sync the passenger side with the driver's side. Also in the climate control, you have your heated and ventilated seats and heated steering wheel, along with a backup camera you can use while you're driving to make sure that the person behind you is, the person in your right lane is actually behind you, or left lane behind you. Like on interstate driving, this will deactivate after about 30 seconds, or you can click the X. You have your satellite radio. This has been recording your favorite channels ever since we turned on the car. So let's go to another one of the favorites here. Since it's been recording, I can click replay and use this bar at the top to rewind it to the beginning of the song that we were just listening to. I do apologize if that vent was overwhelming my voice and you couldn't really hear me. But, excuse me, let's go to this screen. You can see your oil life, your battery voltage, how much your battery is using, how much of the battery the car is using, your tire pressure. You never have to get out to check those, the oil life and the tire pressure again, transmission temperature, oil pressure, all of your gauges right here on your digital screen and behind the steering wheel. Also, this entry exit tells you how high you're lifted off the ground. Oh, well, here's your speedometer. It would show up digitally with big numbers right here, but we're not moving, so there is none. You also have this is something I know we didn't go over. You have a rear wiper on the back of the Grand Cherokee. Let's step into the back seat. Lots of cargo space with your premium Harman Kardon sound system. This is going to be a hard one to show you on video, but this lever here, notice where the seat is positioned, okay? I'm going to have to see if I can do this. You can pull this lever up and the seats recline. Reclining back seats. You have a 3-prong power outlet back here for your vacuum cleaner or Xbox. Do as you please. The heated seats for the back. 2 USB ports for charging purposes. Let's see if I can zoom into the grocery hooks for your grocery bags or dry cleaning. Premium cargo nets for storage. And of course, speakers back here as well. We want everybody to be beaten. Power lift gate. I could have opened it from the keys, and maybe that's what I'll do when it comes time to close it. With an easy to access cargo net. Storage on the side, but also a place for your cold beverages. full spare. You could press this button right here just one time to close the tailgate, but since I mentioned it, let's use the remote. Last thing I'm going to show you is this right here. There's a panel, and this comes off. I can't really personally get under the car. Yeah, maybe I can. Right here. Are screws that you can use your finger to undo. Just lefty loosey, righty tighty. So let's see. And it quickly and easily pops off for a hitch. Well, Ryan, I was actually expecting this tutorial to only take a couple minutes, but there's so much on this Grand Cherokee that it's hard to go over it so quickly because, man, this is really an upgraded, souped up, really nice Grand Cherokee that you selected. I hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial. I do want to be your car dealer. Please let me know if you have any questions or if you have any areas in the Grand Cherokee that you would like for me to cover a little bit more for you. I'd be very happy to do so for you, my friend. My number is 251-895-8728.